There are so many different types of shimmies. In the previous video, I talked about a range of hip shimmies. In this video, I want to look at an application of the reverb, the so-called three-quarter shimmies, and what exactly is a shoulder shimmy. Hi, I'm Kashmir. Welcome back. In the previous video, I looked at a range of hip shimmies, including one that wasn't actually a shimmy called the reverb. Now there's something quite interesting that you can do with a reverb. One very interesting use of the reverb is what's known as the earthquake shimmy. So you place your knees together and then you bend both knees and straighten. And it's a bit like standing and waiting to go to the toilet. But what actually happens is that by controlling where your weight is and which muscles that you tense and relax, you can get a wave that goes up your body, through your belly, through your breasts, up and down. So Napa Fawad used to do this to great, it looked just fantastic. And it would go all the way up and all the way down again. You will notice I haven't mentioned the three-quarter shimmy. There's a bit of controversy here. Is the three-quarter shimmy a shimmy or not? Because the shimmies will go da 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 da. They're even. They're continuous. But the three-quarter goes da ba da da ba da da ba da da ba da. It doesn't have that even thing. So some people call the three-quarter a shimmy. Some people don't. And again, it isn't the three-quarter shimmy. So my favourite three-quarter shimmy is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Other people will go up, down, up, down, up. Other people will go up, down, out. Other people will go use a pelvic drop. You can actually do a three-quarter pelvic drop as well. It does make a difference, by the way, if you're going up, down, up, down, because it actually gives, it looks very different. You can also add a twist. So you can actually twist as you do your down. So you're looking, I tend to call that more a hagala than a three-quarter down, but as with anything in belly dance, the terminology is all over the place. So it may be a shimmy or it may not be. Up to you. This idea of doing the twist on the three-quarter brings in my next idea though, and that is the fact that a shimmy by itself is interesting, but you can actually layer it. So you can layer a hip shimmy on top of your figure 8 or your circles or your slides that all look quite good. You can layer that. You can even layer a shimmy on a pelvic drop. I've seen that done. You can layer it by walking. One thing to avoid, I think, though, is to layer it with your arms, because your arms are so out there. If you're moving your arms up and down, people are not going to be looking at your hips. So I would tend to say don't use your arms if you're doing a hip shimmy. Keep your arms, frame them, just keep it simple. But don't actually move your arms up and down or try and do other things at the same time. Which brings us to the shoulders. Again, there's multiple ways of doing a shoulder shimmy. You can do a shoulder shimmy with just your shoulders. That is, you push the shoulder forward and you pull it back. Perfectly level. Nothing happens underneath. You will get a little bit of reverb in the breast tissue if you've got breasts, but it isn't being driven from here. So you can actually do it from the shoulders, and I teach my students this. They start off by just pulling back forward one shoulder, and then they do one and then the other, and then they put them together, and then they make it faster. Simple. Takes a few weeks though. You can also do a shoulder shimmy using the chest, and in this one here what actually happens is you're actually twisting. So this is more of a folkloric sort of style, whereas the other one tends to be more oriental. And in practice what people do is they use somewhere between the two. They'll actually merge them, so there'll be some shoulder and there'll be some breast. But be aware that there are two quite separate ways of actually moving. Do you isolate your shoulders? Do you isolate an articulation here? Or do you actually twist your whole torso? Very different moves. With all those shimmies, what do? I suggest you pick one, or one upper body shimmy, one lower body shimmy, just one, and work on it. Start with the underlying move. If it's a hip rock shimmy, it's your hip rock. If it's your twist, it's your twist. If it's the Egyptian, it's your legs. Make sure you've got the underlying movement pure, accurate, automatic. Then speed it up. Once you can do it, extend the length of time you can do it. Can you do it for 30 seconds? Can you do it for 2 minutes? Can you do it for 5 minutes? Then start looking at things like adding layers, adding weight changes. When it's solid, only then try another one of the shimmies, and then come back occasionally and make sure you haven't forgotten it. So what are you standing there for? Go on, go practice your shimmies.